Hi guys, this is Mike from Mike's Reviews, and today I'm reviewing the Anova Sous Vide cooking machine. Now I've had this product for a few years and I really enjoy using it. In my opinion, it's a great way to cook your food. All you do is put it either in a Ziploc bag or a vacuum sealed bag. You bring your water up to temperature here on this gauge, and then you submerge it, and because there's no air in the bag, and I'll show you how to do that with the Ziploc bag here in a minute, the water at the temperature you want it to cook at is surrounding the meat completely, so it cooks it evenly, and you can't go over that temperature, so you couldn't, let's say, burn something, or if you forget about it, the meat might get a little bit chewier, but it'll still be that temperature on the inside. In my opinion, it's the best way to cook a steak, and it's a good way to multitask. If you set a timer, you can let these go for a while. It actually has a way of you can connect to it Bluetooth or through your own Wi-Fi, and you can log in remotely and set timers on it, set temperatures, and start it and stop it remotely on the app. And the app is pretty cool. I'll go over that too in a little bit. But right now we're just waiting for the water bath to get up to temp, and I'm gonna seal these up, and then I'll see you when this is all done cooking. That's pretty simple. Just put it in the bag, press the sealing button, that's it. Here's my technique with a Ziploc bag. So what you're gonna do is close it almost all the way. Leave about 2 inches open there, right? And then you're going to push the bag down into the water, and when you do this, the air is going to come out of that little section that you left open. And then you put your hands right by where the top is sealed, and slowly seal the rest of the bag as you submerge the rest of it underwater, eventually submerging the whole thing underwater and closing the bag. Don't forget to stick around after the end of the video, because I've got a bonus trick that this device can do. Okay guys, I realized that I didn't tell you exactly what you need for all of this. You obviously need the Anova Sous Vide cooker. It comes with a little mount, and then you need some type of pot or pan that you can fill up with water. And as I explained a little bit before, this machine actually circulates the water, and it's got a heating coil inside there that I'll take apart and show you later once we're all done cooking. Now you don't need to vacuum seal your food, but it does make it a lot better. You'll see with some of the footage from my Ziploc bag that I did get a lot of the air out of there with that technique that I showed you, but as you can see, there is still a little bit of air in there that you're not going to be able to get out, and that's going to cause it to float a little bit. You don't want it to float. What you can do is you can use some paper clips to kind of like stick it to the side once you get it on the inside, and that helps it from floating a little bit. But if you really don't want it to float at all, you want to vacuum seal it. Good things about this: it works really well, it's very reliable. I only had one instance where I thought it was broken, but it turned out I just needed to clean it, which I can go over how to do that as well. Potential negatives are it's a little expensive if you're looking to jump into sous vide. This specific model is the Wi-Fi model, and I'm listing the price below right here, and there's also a link in the description. You don't have to go with the Wi-Fi model. You can go with the Bluetooth model, which I've got listed right here and also in the description below. And both are great. They do the same thing essentially. One you can control remotely if you want to set like a steak for a few hours and leave and control. And the other one is just Bluetooth, which means you have to be in range, which isn't as good, but if you really want to watch what you're doing and make sure you're not ruining anything or overcooking anything or even undercooking anything, that's maybe not so bad. And one of the cool things about the app is it has alarms and alerts. For instance, if you have the temperature set so high that the water is actually evaporating up and away, it'll let you know that the water level is running low because it's got a sensor on the inside, and that you need to replace the water. Now, to prevent the steaming up and away, what you can do is you can buy containers that have the cutout for the sous vide machine, and it's got a lid, so then the water that evaporates up just comes back down. They have balls that you couldn't put on the surface that prevent the evaporation, where the steam comes up to the side of the balls and it just comes right back down. There's lots of cool products you can get to support this sous vide machine, or any other sous vide machine. This is the one that I use. I like it. Other things. Okay, so the cuff that holds it to the vessel, okay, this guy right here has two tighteners. This one tightens the device in the cuff, this top part right here, and this one tightens it to the vessel. Now, this one right here, be careful of over tightening it, because on mine, I don't know if you can see right here, maybe I'll zoom in. I've got it just cracked, it broke, but it still holds it in there, and that's really not an issue for me. I have actually been using it for a few years now. I do actually have a lot of recipes and ways to cook things. I know a lot of people have trouble with chicken. It took me a few tries, but I think I may have cracked how to cook chicken. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below if you want to see my chicken recipes. This isn't anything special, what I've got here. This is just your basic salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and a little bit of olive oil. And you know, that's all you really need when you're sous videing something. You get the seasonings you want, you get a little bit of oil. Sometimes people will recommend no oil, but with skinless, boneless chicken breasts, I recommend some type of fat. You can use butter in these ones. I do that sometimes, that's fine. But really, it's up to you what flavors you want. You're gonna find a lot of recipes on the internet with different cook times. Just use what works for you. Trial and error, you know, try it out on some cheap cuts, and this process will elevate the flavor of some cheap cuts. So you're probably thinking to yourself, if you've never seen this style of cooking, well, what do I do after it? Because I'm just gonna get this weird, if it's a steak, like a gray looking piece of meat, right? Or this kind of whitish gray piece of chicken. Well, after that, there's many options. You can put it in your broiler, you can sear it in a pan, you can use those cool devices like they do on Sous Vide Everything. They have these awesome, like, handheld barbecue flamethrowers that you can get awesome color on with your meats. So with that, I'm just gonna let this guy do its thing, get up to temperature, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards, and that'll be it. All right. Okay, so let's go over the app a bit. They have a lot of cool features in here. Here's some recipes, and then, you know, they actually have quite a few recipes on here. Pretty sure it's open source. A lot of people can add pictures and their recipes and temperatures and time. Here's your settings. You can change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius or back and forth. And then to connect your device, it's really easy. When you plug it in, just swipe up, hit the connect button. And then from there, it's pretty simple. You put in your temperature, your time right here, just by clicking on whatever you like, however many hours and minutes you like. And then when you hit it, it says it's going to preheat. You say OK, and then it'll let you know when it's ready to put your meat in there. So, you know, like I said, they've got a lot of really cool recipes. Here's what the Ziploc chicken looks like, and here's what the vacuum seal chicken looks like. Okay guys, so that's my review of the Anova Sous Vide machine. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. But for real, if you like it, that really helps if you hit that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe. I've been thinking about doing a sous vide series, so look forward to that in the future. Thanks. Bye guys. Okay guys, so the bonus trick that this can do is see this frozen piece of chicken. I'm in slow motion dropping in there. Put it in there at about room temperature, around 80 to 90 degrees. About 10 minutes, defrosted. Not cooked, defrosted.